The Southern governors, that meeting earlier in the week, a 4-hour meeting, has generated a lot of controversies, a lot of reactions, a lot of talking points. But let's even begin with that particular meeting, gentlemen, as I think it's been a while we even had the governors get to even meet at that level as Southern governors. So what possibly could have prompted that? Let's begin with you. What could have indeed prompted the Southern governors to come together, to unite, and issue out the resolutions, as we have seen?
I think it just shows us that we have reached that point of that which must not be mentioned, because we've been talking all this while about a particular thing that needs to happen in Nigeria, and it's not been happening, and we've reached the head where if something is not done, we all know that we have a stake in this country, and if this country explodes or implodes, we are going to be affected in one way or the other. At some point, like you said, Southeast will talk to themselves as Southeast, Southwest, the same thing to themselves and all that. But for them to come together tells you that something is in the offing. If nothing is being done, the situation might become worse. So it's a commendable thing that they came together, and I do hope that it will send a strong signal to whoever needs to know that Nigerians are looking critically inward to solutions that could have been proffered a long time ago.
All right. Tony, let's talk about the resolutions. The governors revealed this in their 12-point communique. Which of these resolutions stands out for you?
Almost all of them, but majorly the restructuring of the country. And let me answer the question you asked now. What actually brought about the Asaba Accord, or coming together of the Southern governors. I think it didn't start today. I'm happy that we can sit down and actually hear that Southern governors,
because they haven't met in a very long time.
In the history of this country, our rulers, I call them rulers, they enjoy that divide and rule approach.
The South,
yeah, they like it when they are not together.
Southwest.
Yes, they like it when they are not together because it's easy, to get away with a lot of impunity. When there's power in number. So coming together and then say not South governors, not Southeast governors, not Southeast governors, not Southwest governor, Southern governors. Just that name alone sends shivers down the spines of some people in this country. So that whoever brought up that idea, I give that person a thumbs up. It's becoming, the need for it. In fact, it should have been like yesterday, like some years back. We needed it badly. And then when you look at one of their comments, it observed, the governors observed that the incursion of armed herders, criminals and bandits into the southern part of the country has presented a severe security challenges, such that citizens are not able to live their normal lives, including pursuing various productive activities, leading to a threat to food supplies and general security. This alone, can underscore the essence of that meeting, because we know what's going on. Where some people come, you tell them, please, give some, these are farms, don't go there. Herd your cattle somewhere. Put it these are private businesses. But since the dawn of this government, we've been having that issue, and nobody is talking about it. Where's a select few of people feel they can come to your state and take up spaces without the state having an input in how they carry out the operation. So it's from the north down to all corners of the country. It's enough to prompt the Southern governors to say, I think it's high time we sit down. Let's not talk as individuals. We need to sit down as a group and talk and send a strong message. And that's what
we're all the governors.
All the governors were, except two, from Cross River State Governor and Osun State Governor. I think they sent representative. I don't know. No, they didn't. But at least 17, almost all of them. All of them signed They communicate,
Yeah.
and that's enough. That's enough. And I know the president will listen. He will listen. He has no choice whatsoever not to listen to the cries of the governors of southern Nigeria. And I know that if it was possible for governor of Borno State and Benue State to join, he would have joined it. He would have joined them happily in Delta State. That tells you that the thing is growing every day, and the need to correct this, keep rising every day. Nigerians need to stand up. And then I'm happy that the next day, members of the Senate, Senate from the southern part of the country, and House of Representatives too, from the southern part of the country, all aligned with the governors. That is what we want. And from there, we should it shouldn't just stop there. We should push it further at the National Assembly. So they raise a lot of issues. For me, restructuring of the country matters a lot. I think it's high time we do something different. We say things are not going on well in the country, and we keep experimenting the old way. Can we just try? Restructure the country. If we want to do regionalism, let's do it. Let's practice it. At this age and time, you still see people saying we want more states in our, states that cannot even sustain themselves. You need to go to some parts of this country to see how some states operate. Financially, at the end of the month, all of them goes to Abuja to collect this stipend. They are not looking inward within their state to see how they can generate revenue. You send me state police, and it's a whole lot.
Just before we go ahead, I need to just inform our viewers that you can contribute on the show this afternoon, so we do have numbers. We'll try to take your calls, your SMSs as well as WhatsApp messages. But then again, when you call, you have to turn on the volume of your TV set, and then try to ensure that your language is TV friendly as you share your thoughts with us this afternoon. So do us a call and contribute on the show as we move on. But let's look at some of the reactions because the Plateau State Chairman of Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, Nura Mohammed, has reacted to this move by the southern governors. His statement here says, "It is never a good idea at all. What do you want the grazers to do? To carry their cows on their heads and start running? It should have been a gradual process." I could go on and on, but let's see what we can make of some of these reactions. I also understand that there have been several reactions to read. The likes of Tanku Yakasai, Senator Alindume has also faulted the position of the southern governors. Yango, do you think that there's more to this?
Okay, one of the northern governors, before I come to that, one of the northern governors said one of the things that rose from the meeting was that there's lopsided appointments, and so there should be federal character when it comes to appointments, and it's very bad, and he supported it. He's a northern governor. But when you read what the communique is, and you hear the reactions, especially from the north, and some people that are at the National Assembly, it says something really dangerous for you. You're looking at it like we sent people into the National Assembly that don't even understand English. Because when you talk restructuring, all a lot of them think about is dividing the country into so many other countries. That is not restructuring, for crying out loud. Restructuring is you recognize yourself as a people, do what you have to do to contribute to the whole, not the whole dictating what you should do in your region or your state. There's too much power in the federal, and that is affecting a lot of us. So when you restructure, whatever you have where you are, you can use it to better your people, and you develop at your own pace. But now, the open grazing, as much as I like it, and as much as I hate the way some of the northerners who are responding to these are showing that they can say whatever they want to say, even on national television, and get away with it, I think the fire brigade approach that was used was not good enough. Because you can't just stand up today and pronounce that it will not happen again. There should be a process to a particular thing. They have proposed ranches for some states, What have they done about that? Have they discussed that with the presidency or not? We don't know about that. We just know that they said no more grazing. What if these cattle are already here in the south? What will they be doing until that law comes to effect? Why not restrict them to some areas and say from this time to this time, it will be a total no open grazing at all. But they didn't say that. They just said no more grazing. So it will bring a problem. Even though the law is good, but it will bring a problem.
All right, let's hear.
It won't bring a problem because this matter didn't start today.
Okay.
It didn't start today. It started from 2015. I remember in Ekiti, even when Fayose was still governor.
Okay.
All the states are kicking against. I'm from Delta State, and I know my state government has been kicking against it. So if you're a business owner and your state where you operate are stylishly telling you that this is how they want things to be done, you should send some senses into you. But what is propelling them is the fact that the presidency quietly seems to be giving them some cover. It's simple. If you come to my area to operate, I say, please, I don't want this. I don't need to even push for that. Please do it this way. You should obey me. Even if you bring a trailer load of cattle into my domain, the fact that some people lives in that place before you came, that doesn't give you authority to say this is how you're going to do it. So the signals have been on ground for a long time. Now the states are standing up and saying, this is what, okay, now you drive in Nigeria, you see them on the road. It's not done. It wasn't even like this before. So I don't even know where it came from. We've been living quietly, peacefully together for a long time, and these things are not happening. Why can't you go back to that same way?
That also seems to be the argument for some of these people. They believe that in the Nigeria of the old, they had their roots where they
that was the ages. You cannot tell me cattle. No. They are building a house. There's nothing like cattle routes. It used to happen those days, but this is 21st century. And people are
a lot of them are not happy because they believe that that path where they have always followed have been taken over by houses.
You're doing a private business 21st century. Anywhere around the world, they don't do cattle. Who says that? It's just because you create cattle path from Kafanchan to Bayelsa State. Who does that? Is it road? It's not done. So if I put a property somewhere, you say no. For instance, let's be realistic and let's not be emotional about this. I'm putting a building somewhere. You say no, this building is a cattle, not even a road. Cattle at this agent, you're doing your own business. I'm farming in my village, and you're telling me where my farm is. It's a cattle in my village, somewhere in the south. You're coming from the north to tell me that. Who does that at this age and time? If I take my business there, would they allow me? Would they accommodate me? Let's be factual.
All right.
Here.
Yeah. When I talked about fire brigade approach, is like he said, this problem has come up since 2015, and none of these governors who is proposing ranches has done anything about it, and they still allow these cows or these herders to come into their states.
No, they can't do anything.
And then you just wake up one morning and say,
don't say that. No, don't say that. No. They can't do anything. The government, the presidency seems to be giving them cover. Everybody knows. If we sponsor by the governor, I said, this is what I want. You saw the fight in Ekiti until 5 years stood up. And then nobody wants to anger the presidency because we know what they can do. It's a fact. Well, that's why they came together. And I'm telling you that that's the major reason why that meeting was very important. That alone. Like we've spoken, we've cried, we've done everything possible, but the presidency seems not to be listening to us. Now let's do it as a group.
Okay,
that is the major. They are not saying. They are not saying from tomorrow. Of course, that is coming in Benue State. The governor of Benue State, the state assembly, president, no.
Yes.